Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Albert Gonzalez, and for our Module 5 discussion board of the vendor budget policy, I'm going to be showing you a couple of things. I'm going to be showing you a PowerPoint I came up with, also an Excel sheet that I came up with, and also a Microsoft Word regarding our items purchased. So let's go ahead and get started. I do apologize for the fact that our PowerPoint is a bit slow. When I tried putting in a bunch of images, what happens with the Office 365, it tends to get very slow. So if it does tend to be lagged, I do apologize. So for the vendors, what I decided out of the 15, these are the vendors that I would like to choose when I become a librarian. My plan and goal is to be a school elementary librarian, and a lot of things I want to bring up is the Scholastic books, which I'll talk about in a bit. But basically with that, the Scholastic books, I'd like to do book fairs. Tidal Wave, Sora, EBSCO, Canvas, Mac and Via Books, ProQuest, and the Swank Motion Pictures. For vendor number 2, part 2, I would like to incorporate with contracting with Adobe Suite, Noodle Tools, STEM Legos, KidSpark Education, and Office 365. And then our last part for part 3 is going to be the Overdrive, Gateway Printing, which is part of the Rio Grande Valley where I live in, and Demco. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple of our vendors. So Scholastic, what I would like to use with them, as mentioned, providing vendors for library books, for ordering from them, providing Scholastic book fairs for our kiddos. Destiny Follett, I would ensure that Destiny Follett is a vendor part of my library for our students to check out books, also uses a library management system. It also would be abundant with sharing with Tidal Wave as Destiny Follett and Tidal Wave contract with each other. So I would use those as well. The next thing I would use is ProQuest. I would enjoy having ProQuest in my library as a database resource center for students searching up information like government artifacts of history related. The next things I would do is, I'm going to move this here real quick because I know it might get in the way. Mac and Via, a way for students to check out books with the contract of Sora. I would incorporate ways for my library to providing Mac and Via as vendors, students to check out books and technologies. I would love to use EBSCO as a database resource that I will be pushing for my library for my students for research school purposes. Sora, I would enjoy having Sora as a vendor for accessibility for my students, checking out books online, ebooks online. Ebooks are the waves to the future, and then that's how it would benefit our students by the luxury of checking our books online. Swank, I would enjoy using Swank, which allows our faculty and students to check out movies online from the library catalog system as long as it's contracted from our school district. Let's go to the next slide. So the other ones I would use is Adobe Suite. The promotion of Adobe Suite would be for our patrons to use for assignments and projects. The library would enjoy using Adobe Suites for our students like Photoshop, InDesign, Adobe Movie Premiere for projects. Noodle Tool is a great website for in the library I would use for proper citations, providing templates for research purposes. Office 365, I would ensure that my library as a vendor would all students have accessibility with Office 365 with all the Microsoft Office tools available for our students. KidSpark Education, this is a vendor I would highly recommend that I would contract with as creating makerspace and STEM environments for students, having the hands-on learning activities for our students. And so there's also like vendors for purchasing like tables and chairs, all these vendors, all these accessories for a makerspace. The STEM Legos I would encourage for the promotion of building Legos with the vendor. Number 3. So number 3, I would highly encourage using Demco, a vendor that I would recommend for buying furniture, makerspace availabilities, accessibilities. We got tables, chairs, couches. That's a really great vendor of Demco. Overdrive, a great vendor resource for patrons to check out books online. Technologies, I would use this resource for our students for your convenience in checking out books and technologies with student identification credentials. And Gateway Printing, Gateway Printing is a company in the Rio Grande Valley, which is part of South Texas, providing educational staff with abundant resources. I would use Gateway Printing for my orders for technology needs and library needs. So in our school district, we have Gateway as a contract, and I would still continue to want to be working with Gateway. So the items purchased, these are some items I would purchase, and I'm going to go ahead and show you my Microsoft Word document in a little bit, but it doesn't show much because there's a lot of items I would love to purchase. But like I said, I know the assignment says we have to post pictures, but when you try posting pictures, the Office 365 goes really slow. So I would love to buy robots, coding robots. I would love to buy Legos, iPads on the Makerspace, everything that's described on Makerspace, like the arts and crafts, like we got pencils, we got origami paper, we got rulers, we got markers, we got anything that arts and crafts accessories and even STEM accessories, I would love to purchase. The couches and chairs, I would love to purchase those as well as in tables. Virtual reality glasses is a great also option. I'll go ahead and share my screen of, this was from our assignment we did like a while back. And I still stand to what I would love to purchase with those. Again, I do apologize. I don't have images. It's just they go really slow when I'm trying to share the images. So I would want to buy a whiteboard, 3D printer, Lego robotic kits, Ozobot kits, Adobe Suite licensing, 3D reality glasses as mentioned, anything with arts and crafts like clay making, batteries. We have a Makey Makey software kit. Sphero is for robots, for the Legos, headphones, keyboards, mouses, screen mirrors to provide accommodations for our students. And then any assistive technologies for our students, cameras, tables, and chairs. So there's a lot more in the library I would love to have, but as mentioned before, it can't, I predict when I'm a future librarian that a lot of these items will be there. So, I mean, I'm not sure what'll happen as long as I know when I come in, I'll have an idea what on my vendor side to get. So the description, why the investment? So the reason for the investment for the $10,000 budget, which I'll show you all the Excel sheet in a little bit, I made it as for student use and services. This budget proposal is promoting creating a safe cultural environment where patrons will feel comfortable in the library, providing makerspace accessibilities and STEM gives our students a free range of choices to choose in hands-on activities. The items from the $10,000 budget incorporate arts and crafts, hands-on STEM activities. The purchases from my list will ensure the library is a great environment for students to come and explore with endless possibilities. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen regarding my budget that I have. So this is what a 10,000 budget will look like. I wish we can have more because in the library, typically we need to have more than $10,000, but these are the things that I would love to incorporate. Any nonfiction and fiction books, it could range $1,000 or 1,500. It just, there's some books I may want. We got a Makerspace art supplies kit. Let's say, a lot of them do costed $2,000. Coding robot Lego stems. We do have the option, which 7 kits allows us to providing resource for excelling the creative minds for our students. We got virtual reality glasses, 5 of them would be the beneficial for like virtual field trips, for instance, or an adventure with books, reading, and then with the virtual glasses, we can imagine like as if we're in the story. iPads, it's always important for our iPads technologies to be available for our students, promoting excellence, critical thinking analysis, and resources. So all of this added up to $10,000. And I'll go ahead and go on to the next slide. So on the next slide here, again, I do apologize that it is going slow. It's just I have a lot of pictures on here, so it tends to get slow. The overall conclusion of this assignment. While yes, I did enjoy the assignment and researching different vendors that are available, the assignment to me was challenging because of the budget. We were only provided only $10,000. Realistically, as I mentioned, librarians will need more than just $10,000 to function. I had collaboration with my mentor, and typically a budget would exceed about $100,000 or more. For the assignment, I did understand the importance of financial budgeting and concluding that can be purchased with an allocated funds of $10,000. I understand that the school districts provide the vendors for our librarians. However, with the assignment, I thought it was unique and interesting. One of the things I learned as a in the budget is a lot of times librarians do need to contact the school administration and then they have contact the payroll department, payroll clerk for the campus, where they have all the list of vendors that's available. So me as a future librarian, those are the things I would do. Speak with our administration first, come up with a needs assessment, get in contact with my payroll department clerk. And then from there, we fill out some forms regarding the orders and things like that. I want to see that's all my slides. So I want to thank you all for seeing my presentation. Like I said, this was a really interesting assignment that I had, and I really enjoyed it. So hopefully I continue learning with the in this budget proposal. And y'all have a great day. And just thank you for taking the time to watching my presentation. Thank you.